Hey everybody, Aaron here. Welcome back to another anime review. Today we look at episode 10 of Hajimete no Gal, or episode 10 of My First Girlfriend is a Gal. And we're also going to be reviewing the series because I'm going to presume the series is over. Honestly, from that last episode, I'm not going to think that there's going to be a second season. I don't know. It's just, I mean, the manga hasn't completed yet as far as I know. It's about, I think, I want to say like almost at episode 8 or 7 around in terms of like content from what I've seen. But I'll say right now, I don't think it needs a second season, to be honest with you. This was a 10-episode show that I think did its job for the most part. I mean, yes, obviously it's a harem. So there are tropes. There are, the girls with huge chests, etc. That's to be expected. But for the most part, it was still a romance show because, I mean, we'd had Yame-san and Junichi being a couple for the most part. They were a couple. And I really liked that. I think the show did a decent job with them. It was sometimes kind of annoying to see Junichi not really stand up for himself ever, but at the same time, he is a guy who's kind of spineless when it comes to a lot of things. I mean, that's why I loved this week's episode in the beginning, because he could not fight against that one dude. He couldn't, and especially against all of them, but he still stood up, and, it's because he cares about Yame so much that he went to bat for her. And, yeah, he got beat up, but luckily his friends showed up, and that was a whole sequence of events that was fun to watch also. He was able to confess, how he really felt to Yame, and their relationship got stronger from it. I mean, they even went to an amusement park at night like he always wanted to, and even though she tricked him on a kiss the first point, as you can see from the thumbnail, they actually did kiss. It was a surprise kiss, but it was nice. I think that was kind of cool to see that, see that in a wrap-up for an episode, because, I mean, usually with harems, this doesn't happen. It's always this kind of playful, we're a couple, but at the same time we haven't gone past holding hands, etc. And I was almost thinking, almost for a second, that was going to happen with this week's episode, seeing the fact that, near the end, they were just holding hands at the last part. But luckily she kissed him, and then that completely was erased for me, so I was happy about that. Overall, though, this whole series, let's talk about this real fast. So, animation-wise, Hajimete no Gal is not the best thing I've ever seen in my life. There's been other harems that have done way better job in terms of graphics. But, the animation and everything else, it looked solid. I liked it for the most part. And I think most of the people who were watching it also liked it. I mean, yes, it had a lot of fan service and a lot of ecchi stuff, but it worked. It worked for what it was. Story-wise, I enjoyed it so far. I mean, I enjoyed it up to the point that we're at. I'm thinking the manga is going to continue past this. That's just me, but I'm not 100% sure. But, I mean, up to what we get from the actual anime, I enjoyed. I think the story was, for the most part, fluid. It worked out. They had the kind of cliche theme to it, so it's not like anything spectacular or anything like that. But, what we get from this whole series overall is a show that is a lot of fun. It's meant to be a fun series, and it's meant to just be there, that you watch it, and I think you get enjoyment out of it every week for what it does. It's not trying to reinvent the wheel. This is not trying to go, oh, let's change up everything we know about the harem genre. It does do some cool things in some of the episodes where, obviously we get like the kind of, I don't want to say love triangle aspect, but the fact that, Yame's one friend who's also a gal is in love with her. We get that as a kind of a good way of keeping it always at a distance in terms of like them as a couple, but at the same time not ever interfering with it to the point that it's like, oh man, come on, now she's just basically blocking him from everything. So I enjoyed that. I think that was a solid thing to the way they did that. But overall, I think this whole series was pretty good. I really enjoyed it. So that's why if I had to rate it between an A through F, I give it a solid B. I think it fits in that role of a B. It's not going to get anything higher. I was leaning towards a B+, but I'm like, 10 episodes, if maybe it was a little bit longer, maybe I could give it higher, but I think what we got was enough. But at the same time, it's not gonna change your opinion of harems. I mean, a lot of people I've seen in the comments of not this video per se, but like other people's reviews and stuff like that have been really mixed about Hajimete no Gal, and I can completely understand it. So I understand fully if you guys aren't on board with me having it as a B on my radar. But let me know in the comments below, what did you rate this show? I would love to hear from you guys as always, and I hope you enjoyed the review. If you do, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video, check out my Patreon for more rewards. You guys are awesome on Patreon. I don't have like hundreds of thousands of dollars obviously on Patreon, but I'm getting a decent amount, and I think that's really cool that you guys are really donating to my channel. When I hope that I'm doing enough to make you guys happy with my reviews. Anyways, I will talk to you later. Until our paths cross again in the next review, goodbye everyone. Bye bye.